Alright, you must be itching to get hacking, so let's get hacking. For this section, we're going to be using a target called Metasploitable 2. This is a specially designed VM that has more holes than a Swiss cheese. And we're going to be targeting this VM using the tools and the techniques that we learned in this course and in the previous courses to hack it in as many ways as possible. You will be provided with the link to download the VM, or you can just Google it. It's called Metasploitable 2. And once you download it, here's how you get it started. I'm going to be using VMware here. You can also use VirtualBox. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to be showing you how to run it on VMware. These are the files that I have downloaded and extracted. You'll see a number of files here. The one that I want is the file that ends with .vmx. All I have to do is to double click on this file and it will automatically load in VMware. And as you can see here, it's opened. The next thing I do is I click power this machine on. You get a small warning sign that says that this virtual machine has been moved or copied. If you don't know what has happened to it, just choose I copied it. And this is what I'm going to choose. And that's it. It's as simple as this. This gets our Metasploitable machine up and running. I'll be fast forwarding the video here. Once the machine finishes loading, you'll see this beautiful banner that says Metasploitable 2 and you are presented with a login prompt. Now, as you can see here, there's a warning sign that says never expose this VM to an untrusted network. And this is a very fair warning because, like I said, this is a vulnerable VM. It is designed to be hacked. If you're going to be exposing it to an untrusted network, for example, if you're going to be publishing on the internet or you're going to be using it at work, then there's a very good chance that it's going to get hacked. This is why we use it in a virtualized environment, to keep it contained and to keep it away from prying eyes. So now I'm going to switch to my Kali machine. And I'm going to assume that I know nothing about my target. And I'm going to start with the very first thing that I need to do, which is discover the machines around me on the network and figure out what the IP address of this target is. If you remember from the Hacking for Beginners course, one of the essential things that we said we needed to get hacking is the IP address of the target. Without that, there isn't much we can do. And the first tool that I'm going to be introducing to here is called NetDiscover. This is a tool that we use to discover what hosts are live on a network range. So I'm just going to run NetDiscover -H for help. And as you can see, the -R option here specifies the range that I want to scan. So even though this is a completely new tool to you, you can now immediately recognize the format of the tool usage. It's very similar to previous commands that we've seen. It's the name of the tool or the name of the program, -H or -R or whatever, which is the option that we want to present to the tool. Now the question is, what is the range that I want to scan? I'm going to assume that my target VM is within the same range of my Kali VM. So we're both on the same network. And for me to figure out what the range that I am on is, I use one of the commands that we've already seen, which is the ifconfig. And as you can see here, my IP address is 192.168.190.144, which means that the range that I want to discover is 192.168.190.0 all the way to 255. So I'm going to introduce this to my NetDiscover tool and I'm going to say NetDiscover -R for range and then 192.168.190.144/24. /24 means scan the entire range from 0 to 255. I could have also said 192.168.190.0 as you can see here. So I made a slight mistake and I put 144, but the tool accepted it anyway. And as you can see here, the tool did a very quick scan and returned the results. There are 5 different machines on my network. .1, .2, .137, .145, and .254. Given that my Kali IP address is 192.168.190.144, it is safe to assume that the Metasploitable target machine is the .145 IP address. Because I know that I started my Kali machine first and then I started the Metasploitable machine. And naturally, VMware gave me an IP address which is the .144 and then it gave the Metasploitable machine the next IP address which is the .145. And as you can see here, the tool also tells us the make or the vendor of the machine that I'm targeting. And here it's highlighted as VMware. So I know this is another virtual machine. Now, obviously, I can cheat a little bit here and I can go and double check. From the prompt, we can see that the login details here are MSF admin. So I can use those to log into the machine. And I can run the ifconfig command again. And here we go. Here's the IP address 192.168.190.145. So to me, this is going to be the IP address that I'm going to be targeting in the next videos. To you, obviously, it's going to be something different. So go ahead, download the Metasploitable machine, get it up and running, figure out what the IP address is, and then let's get hacking.